I guess I'm 18. Okay. Well, I guess I have to answer that question. I'm 18. I'm passing it off to French. I mean, that's not his name.
What are you doing next?
Okay. Hi, my name is Taylor. I just graduated from NIOS. I'm 18, and I'm doing ACC for 2 years, Texas State for 4 years to get my major in psychology, and now I'm passing it off to the one guy here.
I'm French. I just graduated from Glenn High School in Leander. I'm 18, and I'm taking a gap year, and then next year I'm going to ACC for writing.
Sweet.
And I'm Spider-Man.
And he's Spider-Man. Not Peter Parker, it's French. Okay, so,
That was two people.
I think that was kind of rude, actually.
They kept
Taylor
interrupting
took the
me.
longest.
They kept interrupting me.
Isaiah, that's strike one for you. Anyways, I'm Abby. I just graduated from Brentwood Christian School, very small private school. And I'm going to Kansas State in the fall, and I'm also studying psychology, and I'm 18.
Guys, my name's Anaria. Hello, everyone. What's the next question? My school? Yeah. Okay. So I also graduated from Niles Charter School, which is actually really close to Brentwood, and exactly. Awesome sauce. And then I'm 18, and I'm planning to go to UTSA in the fall and study neuroscience.
My name's Amari. I just graduated from McCallum High School. I'm 17. Yes, go Knights, yes. I'm planning to go to ACC for 2 years and then Texas State for however many years I need to. I'm going to be majoring in psychology.
your future counselors, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, cool. We're going to do something. If you guys have a question for these ladies and fella, I'm going to give you the phone number to text. Or unless you're feeling brave, I have some questions that you guys have asked already. But if you guys would like to text in a question, I'm going to give you the number now. So pull out your phone. Or you can ask it live if you're feeling brave. Okay, you guys ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Them.
Oh.
Then no.
Okay. All right. 737 286 8680. Or if you have my personal number, you can text me that too. A lot of people have 3 numbers for you. 3? Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. So first question is, how many phone numbers does Isaiah have? Okay.
At least 3.
2.
Then where'd I get the one from?
Strike 2. Okay. Oops. All right. So this one's a good question. This came from Carlos. And not our pastor, different Carlos. Oh, okay.
Love you, Carlos.
So
He's
I don't
not
think
here.
he's here tonight. But he asked, what is Gateway Students all about? So seniors, in your guys' experience at Gateway Students, just share, like, what do you feel like this place is all about?
Community. Like having a space
That
to
was
share
my word,
things.
too.
So you took all of ours.
Anybody else?
God.
Care to elaborate?
Care to say more than one word?
I already said multiple words. I said a community, a good place to share your feelings and thoughts.
I'd say it's about growing your own personal relationship, your own faith with God, and then kind of mentoring you to grow in ministry and invite people here so that they can also experience God in their own ways.
Yeah, I think going off of community and what Taylor was saying about like your own relationship with God, you also get to walk alongside a lot of other people, and then you get to have a lot of mentors too. And then these are the same mentors that you see on Sundays or at church or like at the Domain or something, and you get to say hi or get coffee or something. And so that's That's really beautiful too, and all of that's like centered and like rooted in Christ.
As someone who went here like fourth grade to fifth grade, sixth grade, and then COVID hit, then I did a little bit of the online service, and then I just kind of stopped just because, I don't know, just kind of like trailed off. And then coming back recently, actually last year, because soccer season ended, so, you know, got to get back here on Wednesdays and do that. I feel like the community never changed, and for like a good reason. Like, it's always stayed the same, very consistent. We still do small groups, and, you know, you're able to bond with your fellow classmates, like same like graduating class, you know. And so I really like that. It's the same. Like there's a lot of love in the community, and I feel like you can really feel that, which is something I deeply value. Like, you know, we're a little family.
Yeah, I was also gonna say, like, it's a place where we have a lot of fun. We can be very serious. We can also be very fun. And honestly, we just try to be as welcoming as possible for new people, for non-believers, for just anybody that gets invited or stumbles on in, and, you know, we have fun.
So I guess what would be, we have some of our incoming fifth graders, the kids that just finished fifth grade, they're coming into sixth grade. We have some middle schoolers here. So for those of you, I think, yeah, a lot of you have been part of this for a long time. So what would you say, what would be some advice, like, let's do two parts. Let's do, like, what would be some advice for them, like, if they're having a hard time, like, connecting here, what would be some advice that you have, like, on the fun side of things?
Don't be scared to just talk to people. Like, just literally just walk up to someone and say, hi, my name is whatever your name is. And then just, like, talk and, like, start a conversation with someone. And, like, I'm so serious, like, they will end up being your friend. If not that day, like, the next time you see them, I promise.
I'll say, like, and if you are scared to go up to another kid, all of our leaders are, like, so nice. You can go up to literally any adult that you see and just be like, hey, do you know, like, this is the grade that I'm in. Do you know what small group, who my small group leader is? And then that person can kind of show you, like, oh, here's other people your age, and, like, kind of help you get to know other people here. So yeah, I would, like, always try to reach out to, like, a pastor like Isaiah or any of the leaders here, and they can really, like, help you find your people.
I think I like how with the beginning of the school year, like, you get to meet new people in your small group, and so you're able to, like, you know, the first few questions are just kind of like, what's your name, I guess, like, what school you're coming from, and then, like, some interests that you have. So getting to, you know, sometimes find something that you share with other people, that's really nice, and I really appreciate that.
Just be open to it. I know whenever I first came here in sixth grade, I hated it. Like, I was forced to be here. Isaiah thinks I hated him too. That's a lie.
Valid.
Yeah, but it's just be open to it. It took me probably till my freshman year to really want to be here. I know I don't come that often. Ooh, voice crack. But yeah, just be open to whatever it is there is.
It's good.
Kind of similar to that. Like, I didn't come to youth here. I went to my school's youth group for a long time, and Isaiah would always stop me and my brother and try to get us to come, but
What?
anyways, but to, like, I brought a friend with me the first couple of times I came, which was really helpful too. So that way, like, we had each other at least. Like, if I didn't know anyone else, I could go to her, and then, like, in that, like, we became friends with other people and everything too. But yeah, like what Taylor was saying, especially, like, reaching out to the older mentors around you and the small group leaders, it was really helpful.
Sweet. Okay, so on the second side of things, let's talk about, like, maybe something that was impactful, like a moment, a service, maybe a message, core, mission trip, camp, whatever. Why don't we just share, like, some of those moments, just briefly, if you guys have any highlights of things, like, to maybe encourage some of our younger students, like, that they might be scared to sign up for something or to lean in. Yeah, why don't you guys share some of that?
He said to be quick, so I'm not gonna go over everything. But I was the person that, like, wanted to kind of be a part of everything, not because I'm like super outgoing and I want to meet all these people. I'm an introvert and I don't, talking to too many people at once is like, but I always wanted to, find my people. So I was the person that did a core every year. I did go teams every time they happen. I went to every summer camp. I went to every Coram Deo. And each one of those, they kind of like built up for me. So like there wasn't just one exact moment, because there were moments at like each and every one of them that really kind of like built my faith to like what it is today.
I'm sorry. One of my like really impactful moments was at, I think it was Coram Deo this year. I'm trying to remember whose message it was. It was a very impactful message, at least for me, and I think it was Haley's. Haley spoke, right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. I remembered her name. And it just felt like this is like what I needed, because like I was just thinking like, okay, give me something that I can really hold on to and take with me, and that was it. I don't want to go too deep into detail because I want to like, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
If you ever get bored of Isaiah's on Wednesdays, like he always lets other people speak at like camp and Coram Deo. So like if
It's really nice to hear other perspectives
yeah,
sometimes.
he's kind of
Exactly.
I get bored of myself too. Okay, cool. Anybody else want to share on that? Cool. All right, let's get this thing going. Okay, so somebody asked a question, and I think this is good. Would any of you like to share why you chose the major that you are choosing to major in?
I have one. So I'm doing psychology because I am, hopefully down the line, I'm going to be a BCBA. They are like a specially hired teacher for kids who need help getting into school and like with integration. So kids like on the spectrum who just need a little bit of extra help before they can go to like a big old school. And I kind of found that through my little cousin. I volunteered at his like ABA and like BCBA programs, and I really liked it there. So yeah.
Sweet.
I have a lot of ideas. My brain just goes so fast. I just got to put pen to paper, and I like what it is. And also, I'm writing a comic with my buddy, so
Nice.
got to get better at it.
Love it.
I chose neuroscience because I really like the brain, just kind of, remembering that it's not just the brain when we think about neuroscience, but also the body and just how that connects. And then I think another major reason why like I specifically chose neuroscience over like psychology or public health or biology or any of that is just kind of to be unique, but also I did have an injury last December with in basketball. I kind of, things happened and I kind of lost feeling in my shoulder, in like this area for like actually genuinely like 6 or 7 months, or like a little bit more than that. And so just kind of like working through that journey, like I learned that it's really not just the brain when we think about neuroscience, but just like the whole body and the way that like the connection between that. And I wanted to work in something similar to that, or just like work, just kind of like guide people through that. So that's a major reason why I chose neuroscience.
Yeah, I think for me, especially just like I like to talk to people and like listen to what they have to say, and I really want to help people if I can, and using like just like personal knowledge and everything. This is something that I want to go into. I don't really have like exactly what I want to do. I'm pretty open about like that. Like I'm taking some like other communications and like stuff like that to just kind of figure out like exactly where I want to take it. But I know I want to help people and just like work through things, and also kind of like the brain is really cool, and I don't understand how it works, and so I want to know more.
Like these two girls, I'm also going into psychology, and not to like keep hyping up Gateway, but it was actually on a Go team that I decided to do psychology. Go teams are our mission trips. And we went to Alaska and we were working with kids in the foster care system. We went through this whole like training thing. It's called TBRA. And yeah, that was just the first time that I was really introduced to like the person that was training us went through a whole psychology program, and then she taught us this, and I got really into just like, wow, how, like, this is how our brain works, and then getting to like use that to help people got me really interested into it. I won't say that's like the first time that I ever thought about psychology. I mean, I've talked to like a billion therapists in my life, so it's always been something that I've like seen as a very helpful thing, and I just kind of want to use it to help people. Even if I don't become a therapist, I also met a lot of people at church and in the world that do nothing psychology related, but their psych degree helps them so much just with like interacting with people.
We have a question. Got two leaders sent me a question. Logan, you said we'll do it live. So, what's your question?
So obviously, you guys going to traditional college get thrown into community right away. But for those of you doing SEC and then French with your gap year, I'm curious if you thought about what Christian community looks like now that you're graduating students, what that looks like here in the next semester. Yeah, I am leaving a college.
That's what I was just gonna say. I was like
hanging out with you on Thursdays.
yeah. So like yeah, like she told us to.
I really don't know. I have no plan for it, or I have like no clue what to do, because I live in Jonestown, like 30 or 40 minutes away from here. And I only like going to this church. I don't want to go to a new church. Yeah. So I really don't know.
Yeah, it's like similar for people that are, you know, moving to another state for college. We still get that a little bit of that opportunity to college shop, as people sometimes call it, church shop. That's what I meant, you know.
Same thing.
But yeah, it's also like I'm staying at Gateway for quite a while for now, serving in different things where I know it's not the same as like community group, but there is still going to be people pouring into my life here. So for me, I'm staying and, you know, doing different groups, but also just creating like those one-on-one mentorship connections.
Yeah, I'm also staying. Not gonna leave.
Sorry. I feel like moving to San Antonio is definitely going to be different because I've definitely established myself here at Gateway, and like obviously if I was still in Austin, I would do Gateway college, like the adults, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I would have done that, but you know, San Antonio. But I feel like social media is going to be a really good way to like get to know other people. I've already there's like class pages where you get to like see other people, like their interests, and like if those are similar with you. And I've already found a few people who are like walking with Jesus, and so that's going to be a great opportunity for me to be like, oh, like, you know, what's like the church you go to here, like the community, and like getting to explore that. I feel like yeah, I'm just like grateful to social media for being able to find that and connect.
Yeah, I was at my school since I was 2, so I was literally 2 to 18, which is a really long time. And that's all I've known, so I'm very excited to like branch out, and I've also only ever gone to Gateway. But one of the school assignments I had to do towards like the end of senior year was like literally church shop for like the school that we were going to, like what's around there. And actually one of the churches that I looked into, like the Ortizes know people that run it too. So I'm like, okay, that makes me feel better about it too. And again, like social media, like you can meet a lot of people on that. And then, and like dorms and everything, I'm excited about just because like I feel like I'll be able to meet a lot of people, even if it's like a little bit of a different kind of situation and stuff, but like you can still have like those deep, meaningful conversations, and then obviously like take those people too, and you guys can go somewhere, like a church or group.
Sweet. Okay. Let's talk about our spiritual life, our spiritual journey, and I understand like when my youth pastor did something like this for us, it was very much like, do I say where I want to be, or do I say where I'm at? So I said both. No surprise, I talked a lot. So I guess some of the questions, like just in this stack of papers, there's a lot of questions about like how to start reading the Bible, how to start praying. So from a spiritual discipline perspective, who's feeling brave to kind of share what that looks like in your life, and maybe some tips for maybe some students that are struggling with that?
Hi. I'm going to do my best to not talk a lot. But I mean, when we're talking about like reading the Bible and stuff, I value like God's word so much. You know, when people, especially when with the whole like, oh, I'm trying so hard to hear God and I'm not hearing him. But then you think, how am I supposed to know what God's voice is like if I didn't read his word, like know what he sounds like already? That said, I have terrible ADHD. I cannot focus on anything for the life of me. I've been terrible at reading my whole life. So reading the Bible has always been hard for me, and it still is. Like I'm nowhere near perfect, and so I just like try not to put too much pressure on myself, but it's still like a constant daily thing for me, like trying to remember to do that. But then instead I spend so much more time in prayer, in as many ways as possible, whether that's like through worship, I'll be praying, or through solitude I'll be praying, or just like the small things throughout my day, like growing up with school and everything. It was like before a major test or even a small test, a little like pop quiz, I'd just be like, God, give me the wisdom, remind me that I've learned all this stuff, it's in my brain, just give me patience, you know. Or like even the small things of like praying before I eat, where it seems like such a small thing until I'm in a big group of people that aren't Christians and I'm sitting there praying, and then someone asks me, hey, what are you doing? And then you get to be like, oh, I'm praying, and now you're having this conversation about faith. So it's like those little small things that can kind of like grow your actual faith journey. And it's like different for everyone, but that's kind of how it's been in my life.
I will say with me, my faith journey has been a little rocky. It's kind of been all over the place, especially recently. I haven't been going to youth as much. I will be honest, it is because of the World Cup. And also just because, you know, just some things with like classes like my sister's taking and all that. And so, what was I gonna say? I just feel like after like last week, we traveled to Portland to compete for a co-curricular at our school, and so that was through Sunday too, and so I was just kind of like, I couldn't I couldn't do church in the morning, like do it online, because that was the time we were using to practice and perfect ourselves before we went to compete in like 3 hours or so, and so just being away from that community, I feel like it definitely made me like I kind of fell off, you know? And so I feel like it's important to realize that, like, God is an essential, you know? Like, you have to have food, you have to have water, you have to have air, and you also have to have God. And if you keep him close by you, you really feel that, you know? Like, I've just felt so, like, off, like, the past few weeks, and then just being here, being able to worship and, like, listen to that music, I felt something again. And so, yeah, I just feel like just take the step.
I think like the thing that I do the most to like just like throughout my day-to-day life is listening to worship music. And I know some people kind of, I don't know, there's different views on that just because that's not exactly like the Lord's like direct wording all the time. And like it's like there's like, you know, instruments, so it's like how you feel and everything. But for me, that makes me like sit in his presence more, as well as like that. Like I'll be driving and I'll turn it down just a little bit so then I can pray. But like that like kind of like reminds me like, oh, like come back to the center. And then also, I think in middle school, I put an a reminder on my phone to pray. I have one at 7:30 and 12:30 because that's when I would eat meals. Now, like high school, for my schools, lunch was 1:15, which is really late in my opinion. But we got to go off campus, so it's fine. But, so I would like see that reminder and then like, again, like just like take a pause. And so I think having intentionality with that too.
I think it's also important to remember that prayer is not just like you get down on your knees and you're like, oh Lord, thank you for this, thank you for that. It's also just kind of talking to him throughout your day. Like sometimes I'll be driving and I'll be like, God, did you just see that? Like, are we, you know? Or just kind of like reflecting on your day as you drive, or like as you like, sometimes when I did track and field in 9th grade, I did discus and shot put, so I'll just kind of look at the sky and just kind of like talk with God. I was like throwing the thing and I was like, man, this happened today. Like, just kind of talking with him. I feel like that helps build a bond, but it's just as equally important to like pray, to fast from certain things, not just food, but also just reading the Bible. Like, that's also something I struggle with, but I feel like it's such an important part. And when you read it, like, you start to feel the things, It's very nice.
Yeah, and like the practical thing here is like there's two parts. I think with the Bible, it's thick, and like of course there's like the online stuff and like there's apps and everything. But if you're anything like me, reading on your phone, you're gonna be thinking about the next thing, and so for scripture reading, sometimes it's just like what things look like right now as your youth pastor. I've been sitting in Isaiah 53. I've literally read that chapter probably, 60 times over the last couple months, because it's just sitting in it. Because it's like every time I read it, I just feel this like, not just this peace, but this like kind of gratitude, and it like builds the faith. Like I can feel like my faith and trust in Jesus is just continuing to grow. And so it's not like when we say, yeah, just read your Bible. You can read it from page 1 all the way through if you would like. That's not the intention. The book or the Bible is a library, a collection of different writings and different styles. And so you approach them differently. And so if you're reading it just like a book, some parts of it are going to feel like a book and feel like a story. Other parts are going to be like, man, this David guy really has some issues going on here. Or if you read like Jesus' like the Gospels, it's like story and poetry and narrative and all. Anyway, so.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I know that we're like almost out of time.
Yeah, we're almost out
But
of time.
I just know that there some of the questions were more like specific about, like how you fit the like spiritual practices in with like a very busy life, or like how do you balance faith and just life. And I just wanted to comment on that because I'm here like every Wednesday. Like I don't know the last time I wasn't here, but I also was so busy with like all my school things. Like I was in any club that I could. I think I had like the most cords at graduation just from all the clubs I was in. And like NHS vice president, Stuco secretary. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying I was I was an overachiever.
Very involved.
I was very involved. I was a very busy person. I was like never home. I was always like at the school doing something or, yeah. So I just always prioritized, like, I just don't think that there's a separation between faith and life. Yeah. Where like, again, like I was saying earlier, where I would pray about like all my school things. I would pray about my other things. But even if it's like, or yeah, just like telling God, hey, I did this. It's like, people joke about like how they text, they like, oh, I don't start a conversation by saying hi. I start a conversation by saying, I just fell down the stairs and now I have like a giant bump on my head. It's like, that's how I would randomly talk to God. It should be like, I just saw a double rainbow and I don't have anyone to tell any about, you know what I'm saying? But also just like thanking God for all those small moments. Like I just saw a double rainbow. Thank you so much. That brought me so much joy. Or like if I was hungry and then someone randomly was just like, I have an extra snack. Does anyone want it? So that my parents don't think I don't eat. Especially if it's like carrots or something and they're like, I don't want these. And I'm like, of course I'll have carrots. Thank you, Jesus, for providing me food. So just like those small things of that, like you don't have to make time for your faith or make time for your relationship, because there's gonna be times during your busy life, during school, where you have a break. And during that break, you're gonna think, oh, I'm just gonna go on my phone, I'm just gonna scroll. And I know it's hard to not do that. I'm not the best at it, but it's something that I have worked on for a long time, so I am slowly getting better, and I'm slowly spending more time with God in my busy life.
Can I add one more thing? I'll talk really quickly,
Yes.
kind of. Okay, so what Taylor said reminded me of our time, talent, treasure thing that we had with here and the big service. And so, again, I was also very involved in school, had a lot of chords, not to, like, but that was just a really big thing. And so I would kind of use my being all over the place as an excuse for like, oh, actually I can't pray right now, this is that. And so that was something that weighed heavy on me, and I felt lots of like guilt for that, like just being like, I'd rather sleep, I'd rather do that, And so just again remembering that like he still loves me besides that, like there's so much mercy that comes with God, and it's just a crazy thing to me. Like you can come back to him, you can pray with him, talk with him, and he still loves you the same. And so, just remembering that.
It's good wisdom. Okay, last thing about prayer, and then we're done. Add some whimsy to your life.
Yes.
Like, they're talking about, like, looking up at the sky and seeing double rainbows and stuff.
Playing
Like,
with bubbles.
have some whimsy. God is fun. Like, it doesn't have to be so dang serious. And if you take yourself too seriously, it's not humility, it's pride.
Also, like once you
Okay, let me just drop that and then...
start seeing that stuff, then you see it even more, and then it's like, oh wow, and it's like, I don't know, becomes something
Yeah.
that's like beautiful, and like you really start to like notice every
It's good.
small thing.
It's good. Okay, sweet. So, hey, if you guys have any more questions, you guys sent some good ones in, and you wrote some good ones. There's like a stack. We're nowhere close to getting through this. So, the thing is, we got to go to groups. So, if you guys want to talk to these guys at P. Terry's, you can come and ask for their autographs and maybe buy them dinner tonight.
Did they turn my?
Did he start us off? No.
We're still on.
I landed a kickflip today.
All right, go to groups.
Happy birthday, Sophia.
Happy birthday!